Hello and welcome. I am your resident hotel AI expert, bringing you years of experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're here to actively support your professional growth in this incredible industry. Today, I'm going to be guiding you through a premium explainer covering one of the absolute fundamental pillars of modern hotel operations. We call it the anatomy of a welcome. So let's dive right into the incredibly high stakes of a guest's arrival. In the high velocity world of international luxury hospitality, the arrival process is what we call the ultimate moment of truth. Sure, a beautiful, sweeping lobby creates an amazing atmosphere, but it's the professionalism and the genuine warmth of the check-in process that actually builds the relationship. Think about it. Imagine a guest who has just traveled for 20 grueling hours crossing multiple time zones. Their impression of our entire brand is essentially distilled right down to those critical 3 to 5 minutes they spend standing at the reception desk. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be touching on the moment of truth, legal and financial safeguards, the check-in choreography, strategic room allocation, the evolution of registration systems, and finally, front office oversight. Let's start right at the top with Section 1, the moment of truth, which is exactly where a guest's digital expectations finally meet the physical reality of the hotel. And that naturally brings us into Section 2, legal and financial safeguards, where we look at how the registration process protects both the guest and the property itself. Because a successful check-in actually extends way beyond just a warm, friendly greeting. As future managers, you really need to view this process as a strict mental checklist with 4 core objectives. First up is the legal objective, which means mandatorily recording nationality and passport details for local authorities. Second is the reservation side, where you confirm dates, rates, and any specific packages. Third is the financial aspect, which is all about securing that credit card pre-authorization. And finally, security, which culminates in precise room assignment and handing over secure keys. Honestly, executing these 4 steps perfectly is what gives you absolute operational control. Let's zoom in on that financial component for a second. By collecting proper identification and a solid payment guarantee, the hotel can officially open the guest's folio. Now, a folio is essentially just the guest's financial account with the hotel. Taking a credit card pre-authorization is absolutely crucial here. Not only does it protect the property against any unpaid folios, but it actually elevates the guest experience. It allows them to seamlessly charge items, like a fantastic dinner at the restaurant or a relaxing spa treatment, directly to their room without having to awkwardly pull out their wallet at every single turn. Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's move into Section 3, the check-in choreography, creating an effortless sequence for the arriving guest. You see, while all those complex legal and financial operations are quietly running in the background, the physical arrival has to appear entirely effortless to the guest. It's literally a perfectly choreographed sequence. It kicks off with a highly courteous greeting, always using the guest's name, then moves seamlessly into PMS verification on a sleek modern tablet, effortlessly collects payment, and concludes with a definitive room assignment and a formal escort. The idea here is that the guest should only feel the warmth of the hospitality and absolutely never the friction of the administration. Which brings us nicely to Section 4, strategic room allocation, which is often referred to in the industry as the chess game of hotel inventory. Room allocation is arguably one of the most critical, foundational skills a front office professional can possibly master. Assigning a room should never, ever be a random act. We have to move away from standard assignments that are based purely on immediate room cleanliness and instead focus heavily on strategic blocking. By actively blocking specific rooms well in advance, we make sure complex requirements, things like family connecting doors or specific accessibility features, are flawlessly accommodated long before the guest even steps foot on the property. To block rooms strategically like this, the front office team has to constantly juggle multiple dynamic variables. You aren't just looking at a list of what a guest wants, you are calculating the actual physical reality of the building. You have to weigh guest preferences, like their desire for a high floor or a specific landmark view, against your VIPs and loyalty members who absolutely always receive priority for the most desirable rooms and upgrades. All while simultaneously checking the maintenance schedule to ensure the room is actually functional and verifying its housekeeping readiness status. It is a constant, fast-paced balancing act to ensure the right guest gets the right room at exactly the right time. And of course, there is a highly strategic revenue component intertwined with all of this. The check-in interaction is the absolute prime opportunity for revenue optimization. By simply offering a guest a premium suite for a modest additional fee, a practice we call upselling, the receptionist can directly and significantly increase the hotel's average daily rate, or ADR. It really is a win-win situation. The guest receives an upgraded, enhanced luxury experience, and the property optimizes its overall revenue stream. Now, let's take a peek under the hood at the technology in Section 5, the evolution of registration systems, taking us from old-school ledgers to modern keyless entry. Our industry has been on a massive, massive technological journey. We've moved from writing in physical paper ledgers to clunky, semi-automated manual entry, right up to today's standard, which is fully automated systems integrated with a PMS that allow for instant passport scanning. And looking to the future, well, even right now in some of the more advanced properties, we're seeing keyless entry, which is literally transforming the guest's own smartphone into their physical room key. It's pretty amazing stuff. But you might be wondering, why does this technological shift actually matter to you as a hospitality student? Well, because the ultimate purpose of this tech isn't just to look flashy or modern. By integrating these automated systems, we drastically reduce clerical errors. But even more importantly, we free the receptionist from staring down at a glowing computer screen or typing furiously on a keyboard. Automation empowers the agent to lift their head up, make genuine eye contact, and focus purely on providing exceptional, personalized hospitality and really attending to the guest's emotional needs. And that brings us to our final section today, Section 6, Front Office Oversight. This is where the manager steps in as the maestro of the lobby. Zooming out a bit, the front office manager's primary daily priority is mastering this entire arrival ecosystem. There are absolute non-negotiables here, strictly adhering to service protocols to maintain that all-important brand voice, guaranteeing the legal accuracy of all guest data collected, and enforcing airtight key control to maintain a totally secure environment for everyone. But beyond those administrative duties, the front office manager has a highly dynamic, very visible role on the floor itself. They essentially have to act as a lobby traffic controller. This means they are constantly reading the flow of the room, anticipating peak arrival hours, and closely monitoring the length of any queues. If a bottleneck even begins to form, they immediately deploy additional staff or dedicated lobby ambassadors to assist the waiting guests. This active, on-the-floor management ensures that lines literally never disrupt the luxury atmosphere and flow of the property. So, what does this all mean? The ultimate goal of all these overlapping systems, strategies, and managerial oversight is entirely singular: to deliver a flawless first impression characterized by efficiency, luxury, and a genuinely warm welcome. By actively managing that arrival list every single day, the front office guarantees that the hotel's physical reality will continually meet and ideally far exceed the guests' digital expectations. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. As you continue your incredible studies here at Europe Hotel School, think about all the variables, those strict financial safeguards, and the elegant choreography we've unpacked today. How will you master this absolutely critical moment of truth in your own future career? How will you guarantee that your physical lobby outperforms the digital brochure every single time? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today, and I wish you the absolute best in your continued professional development.